Let's analyze some false claims on X from a Twitter about Serbs and Serbia. Future of Serbia. It is built based on false historical facts. It's built on lies. It's built to suit Russian interests and will be gone as it was created. If Hungary wants to give Vojvodina to Serbia, that's fine, but firstly needs to ask native people before it passes to migrants. I love how Albanians see Serbs as migrants, refugees, invaders after 1,400 years of living together. Albanians believe that Serbs as newcomers have no rights. The same Albanians move to Germany, Italy or UK and demand all the rights. What lies is he talking about? How is Serbia based on lies? If you compare Serbian history books and foreign history books, you will discover that 90% of information align. The remaining 10% are unverified theories or different interpretations of the events. No lies. But let's return to the tweet. What's up with the maps? What is Pašalik of Belgrade? Serb enemies love to fantasize how Serbia will be transformed into Pašalik of Belgrade. I should start with Serbian Empire. Serbian King Dušan conquered huge parts of the Balkans and took title of emperor in 1346. His son and heir Uroš died in 1371 and Serbian Empire started to crumble. At the same time, Ottoman Empire started to expand into Balkans. Serbs were defeated in Kosovo battle in 1389. Some Serbian lands were taken by Ottomans. What remained independent was Moravian Serbia with capital Smederevo. Ottomans annexed Moravian Serbia in 1459. They created administrative area called Sanjak of Smederevo. Sanjak means province. In 1521, Ottomans took Belgrade from Habsburgs. They added Belgrade to Sanjak of Smederevo. But they never changed its official name. Sanjak of Smederevo existed 1459-1817. It was nicknamed Pašalik of Belgrade. Serb enemies like to claim that Pašalik of Belgrade is true Serbia. More radical Serbophobes tell Serbs to go back to Iran or Ukraine, depending on which Serb origin theory they prefer. Less radical Serbophobes tell Serbs that they will be all stuffed into ghetto named Pašalik of Belgrade. The map is another popular Serbophobic trope. Serb enemies claim how Serbia constantly loses land. This isn't true. They maliciously use Yugoslavia and Serbia as synonyms. Yugoslavia was a federation of 6 republics, and one of the 6 was Serbia. The first map represents Yugoslavia. The second map represents Yugoslavia after Slovenia declared independence. Borders of Serbia remain the same. This is Serbia. Next map shows Yugoslavia after Croatia declared independence. Borders of Serbia are still unchanged. This is Serbia. Next map shows Yugoslavia after Macedonia declared independence. Borders of Serbia remain the same. This is Serbia. Next map shows Yugoslavia after Bosnia declared independence. Borders of Serbia are still unchanged. This is Serbia. Yugoslavia was reduced to only Serbia and Montenegro. Serb enemies hate to use the name Yugoslavia for the remaining 2 republics. Yugoslavia used to have good reputation and foreigners had fond memories of Yugoslavia. Suddenly, it's not good PR to use Yugoslavia and Serbia as synonyms. I would compare Yugoslavia to a rock band. Some members can leave the band, but the remaining band members can use the band's name. To avoid confusion, many refer to this version of Yugoslavia as Third Yugoslavia or Rump Yugoslavia. Why Third Yugoslavia? First would be Kingdom of Yugoslavia, that was destroyed in World War II in 1941. In 1945, Tito and Communists formed Second Yugoslavia. In 2003, Third Yugoslavia changed its name to Serbia and Montenegro. Next map shows 2006, when Montenegro had a referendum and left union with Serbia. Serbian borders in 2006 remained the same. This is Serbia. Next map shows Serbia after Kosovo declared independence. This is still Serbia according to UN. Serbia does not recognize Kosovo independence. Kosovo is not UN member and its independence is legal mess. That's why Albanians dream about Vojvodina independence. What am I talking about? Serbia has two autonomous provinces, Kosovo and Vojvodina. They have the same legal status. This means that Vojvodina's hypothetical independence would give legitimacy to Kosovo independence. Albanian problem is that Vojvodina has 68% Serbian population. The remaining 32% include dozens of ethnic minorities. They all get along. How are they going to justify Vojvodina's independence? Separatist parties in Vojvodina do exist, but they are extremely weak. The tweet mentioned how Hungary can give Vojvodina to Serbia. Vojvodina used to belong to Habsburg Empire. In the 19th century, about a third of Vojvodina population were ethnic Serbs. Serbia got Vojvodina after World War I in 1918. This means that Vojvodina is part of Serbia for over a century. If anyone wants to go back to 1918 borders in Europe, that person should know this would lead to World War III. In 1918, Ireland was part of UK. Countries like Poland, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Estonia, and many more weren't independent. In the year 1900, only 24 states were independent in Europe, and Serbia was one of the 24. Serbia got full independence from Ottoman Empire in 1878. Next map shows Serbia without Vojvodina and Kosovo. This is still Serbia according to UN. But Serbia without Vojvodina and Kosovo isn't Pašalik of Belgrade. This map shows expansion of Serbian borders. Darkest purple area is Sandžak of Smederevo, aka Pašalik of Belgrade. Serbian Prince Miloš Obrenović negotiated with Ottomans and got additional territories in 1833. There were two wars between Serbs and Ottoman Empire, 1876-1878. I like to point out that these wars were first wars in 59 years. Serbia had peace 1817-1876. This historical fact goes against common Serbophobic claim how Serbs have to start wars every 20 years. Serbophobes adore to lie how Serbs have war in their blood or genes. They are very close to eugenic theories. In 1878, Serbia got more territories. Local Muslims were kicked out in 1878 from this area. Albanians claim that all these Muslims were actually Albanians. The problem is that Ottoman Empire did population census based on religion, not ethnicity. All Muslims were in one category despite their ethnic origin. Muslims kicked out of Serbia in 1878 could have been Albanians, Turks, Bulgarians. Serbophobes use the same population census to their own agenda. They say that Orthodox Christians in Ottoman Empire were brainwashed into thinking they were Serbs. They say either Serbs never existed or real Serbs died out. Following the same logic, I could claim that local Muslims were brainwashed into thinking they were Albanians. Muslim refugees moved to Kosovo and they kicked out local Orthodox Christians. Territory expansions in 1900s were a result of First and Second Balkan Wars 1912-1913 and World War I 1914-1918. Current official Serbian borders were established in 1945 when Republic of Serbia was proclaimed within Yugoslavia. Badinter Commission was international commission in the 1990s whose job was to determine who had right to declare independence in Yugoslavia. The head of commission was French lawyer Robert Badinter. The commission said that borders between republics cannot be changed without mutual agreement. The commission also said that all Yugoslav republics have right to declare independence. Ethnic groups were not given the right to declare independence. This means that Bosnian Serbs and Croatian Serbs have no right to declare independence. But this also means that Kosovo Albanians and Macedonian Albanians have no right to declare independence. The current political situation in Europe does not help Albanians. Several European top politicians declared that European borders are sacrosanct. This is the result of the war in Ukraine. Changing borders in the Balkans always leads to war. Serb enemies believe that their own countries will exist and only Serbia will be gone. I cannot be sure that Serbia will exist in 2150. But if Serbia can be erased from the map, then their countries can be erased too.